I'd like to welcome our Facebook Live audience and all the YPO members out there, and to any leader who's watching this, no matter where you are in your leadership journey. We're going to have a discussion today about leadership on a global basis, some of the opportunities and challenges that are happening out there for leaders everywhere. And we're going to have a really unique insight with our guest here, who is the global chairman of YPO, Pascal Jacquin from Brussels, Belgium. And why this is exciting for us is YPO is the world's largest CEO organization, where CEOs from around the world connect and network and not only grow themselves, their businesses, but also their communities. We're here today in Montreal, Canada at YPO's Global Networking Summit, where hundreds of CEOs have gathered, again, to network and to learn and grow from each other. So with that, Pascal, welcome, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Michiel.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
Awesome. So this is a big subject. And can you share your vision for YPO and its role in making an impact in the world?
Well, we all know that the world is changing. You know, we live in a disruptive, fast and furious world, and everything is exponential at the moment. And at the same time, as you travel the world and you look around Africa, China, you realize that actually the prosperity and the growth of population is quite strong. And obviously, prosperity comes with business. And in YPO, we believe that business is a force for good. And business are run by leaders. There is something that has actually changing in the last years, is that leaders are actually called to do more. We have to serve a bigger role. The best leaders today make an impact, not just profit. And at the same time, they feel lonely at the top because all the employees are looking at them. And this is why YPO becomes extremely important for a leader. Our organization for nearly 70 years has helped leaders grow and create a real impact.
So there's a real legacy there and a real opportunity for us. I think it'd be a great vision for our audience to see leaders who could do all of those things. So what does YPO do to inspire and enable impact?
Well, YPO is a unique and powerful incubator. You see, we can scale impact around the world like no other. Our global footprint is unique, and you know it very well. We got 27,000 members in 134 countries. We have 17 million collaborators working for us. And so therefore, any enterprise, any idea that you bring into YPO, the multiplier is absolutely amazing. You see, we spread impact more quickly and globally than anyone could do.
It's fantastic. So if you're lucky enough to be a member, one of those 27,000 members, how do members get to leverage YPO for impact?
Okay, well, the first thing that would come to my mind would be the strong power of learning platform that we have. YPO has always been very well known for its learning platform. But today we are changing our learning and orienting to making sure that everything that we do in our learning is truly action-oriented toward impact. Now, beyond learning, we can also talk about the amazing, and this is the best place actually in the Global Network Summit in Montreal today, to talk about the power of our network. You see, if you join a member from the same industry, the dynamic of making an impact in your project is amazing. You can also go and look at the power of our mentoring. And on the other side of the globe, you can find somebody that has already tried that idea, work that project, and you get together, you enhance it, and you make it happen. It's amazing. Of course, as I mentioned, the power of our global membership, the way you scale into all these countries, any project that you would have. And what you will also see, Michiel, is we will also start to truly recognize and celebrate much more our peers that are truly making an impact.
Wow, that is a powerful network. And you know, one of the things that I love about you, you're one of the most well-traveled people I've ever met. You're traveling all over the world, you're seeing all this prosperity being developed, but in this idea and the members you're meeting, do you have any great examples we can share so that we can really show a live example or two about impact?
Sure. Well, look, you know, the first one that would come to my mind, because he's been on the press, I mean, he just got, you know, the very first position in Forbes, changed the world list in 2018, is Mukesh Ambani. one of our members from YPO Mumbai. So his company is Reliance Jio. And let me give you the context. So 2 years ago, India and its telecom was a so-so experience. You had on a country of 1.3 billion people, only 178 million users of mobile phones. It wasn't very easily accessible because it was a 2G systems and you had to pay up to $3 for 1 gigabyte, okay? So Mukesh came in and invested multi-billion dollars into the telecom in India, and within 22 months, he managed to get 220 million customers and offering that gigabyte at just 4 cents per gigabyte. So this dynamic and this impact in India is amazing because you can imagine the numbers of young entrepreneurs, students, farmers that suddenly had access to internet and could do greater things and impact.
Wow, so that's a great story. So not only built a great business, but he's really changing his world, his community around him. So what else? Give us another example.
One of our members, Yariv Cohen from YPO Great Lakes. YPO Great Lakes is a chapter in the region of Rwanda, close to Kigali, made an amazing impact as well. His company, Ignite Power, started to equip households that are off the grid in solar power system that would give electricity to each household. And is ramping up to 250,000 houses. You already have hundreds of thousands of people in Rwanda that have electricity access. And just to give you an idea, it only costs $6 per month, and within 24 months, each family has its own installation paid back. Imagine the numbers of students able to study under the light and the dynamic and the impact that it brings to that wonderful African country.
Wow, really unleashing entrepreneurialism and all those things. So what else? Keep going. This is great.
Hey, I got so many of those examples, right? So I was just actually last week in Mozambique. We're pushing a new chapters. We're creating chapters in Southern Africa. I was meeting with a friend from YPO Tanzania, Hussein, and he explained me that a group of American YPOers that tried to prepare a mission to send surgeons in Arusha, Tanzania, in order to create knee surgery for people. And they had shipped in advance a complete equipment and a container of surgery equipment. And the container was stuck in Dar es Salaam port for more than 3 months. And they didn't know what to do. They were about to call off, those doctors of timings. And so by calling YPO Tanzania, just a single call, they unlocked this container and sent it within 24 hours to Arusha. And so when you think about it, you have probably 50, 60 people that have done knee surgery and can walk and enjoy and get back to work. It's a small impact, but it's beautiful.
It's fantastic. So you must have a personal story. I've heard a few things that you've been up to. Do you have one about your own life and business?
Yes. One of my companies builds sustainable results in emerging markets. Okay. And our flagship country where we are the most active is Burma, Myanmar. So about 8 years ago, I had a chance with peers from YPO Singapore to start YPO Yangon. And since then, you can imagine Burma being a frontier market, an emerging market. Hundreds of members came to visit Burma and connected. So again, last month, I was in a restaurant in Yangon and I bumped into a Dutch doctor. His name is Frank. And the guy came and hugged me, and I was a bit surprised hugging me, and he said, Pascal, 2 years ago you introduced me to Susan Scroff, who's a member of YPO Zurich in Switzerland. And she brought to Myanmar her organization and her company and so on. And she raised funds, and she realized my dream for my NGO, which is about building a clinic in Shan State up north to treat children for malaria and TB, and she raised up $1.2 million. Makil, the feeling I had when I went back that night, the feeling I had to make a difference, it was beautiful. It was much better than any acquisitions or any business I had done, any business deal I had done that year.
Fantastic. So did you ever imagine growing up in Belgium that you'd be doing business in places like that?
Not until I met YPO.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I feel like when I joined YPO, I joined the world. Just maybe in final question, really, do you think there's a movement about making an impact in the world, and how do we fit into that?
Oh yeah, clearly. And I do believe that, and you see it with our millennial members, lots of them, millennials are the forefront of change. There is a clear movement. Today, stakeholders are finally getting a greater presence than shareholder. And you see, when you talk about impact, today you don't do impact just for your own ego or for the shareholders. Today you actually do impact to keep your best employees and your best millennials in your company. And one of the values that is very important for YPO and our members is actually the 4P. People, planet, peace, and prosperity. And I think the gateway of those 4Ps for YPO is truly prosperity. Because we bring prosperity with our business. We bring business, we grow business. And actually those businesses are giving opportunities for employment, for learning, for education. And that brings hope to the people, and that helps people, that helps peace, but also our planet.
Yeah, that's a great way to finish. So thank you, Pascal, for your vision and for your leadership of YPO. It's an amazing organization that touches people all over the world. Leadership is an incredibly important topic, and this idea of impactful leadership seems like it's really, this is the time that it needs to come. We're very grateful for you and for YPO for doing this important work for us.
Thank you, McKeel. And as a past chairman, you've been a big inspiration to this journey.
Well, my pleasure. For the Facebook Live audience, we'll be posting a recording of this on our YPO Facebook page as well as on LinkedIn. Hope you found this inspirational and informative, and good luck to you on your own leadership journey. So, thank you.